Did you guys see that? That was a... Oh, look at all those minnows jumping. Oh man, I got hammered right there, but he felt small. Did y'all see that? It looks like some deer have been coming out here on this land too. In fact, I think that might be my fish. We gotta go check that out. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm back on the same lake that I was on last week because of one thing. Over there is actually a peninsula that separates this small lake from the main lake. And I want to go over there and explore it some after we fish this pond a little bit and also like cook our meal over there because I think that'd be really, really cool. The lake is absolutely beautiful today. There's a little bit of wind, but it's not too bad. I've already seen a few fish hitting too as well, so it should be a really, really fun trip. So there's definitely a lot of grass out there, but I think the plan will be to start here and then work our way down this grass line here, fish our way over there, a little deeper over there. Let's get on the water. All right, so what do we want to start with here? Oh, here we go. This is what I caught all my fish on in here last time, so let's say we just pick up right where we left off. It's a good pumpkin seed with a chartreuse tail trick worm. So we're just going to do what's called a Texas rig here. Hook them through the head, bring that up to the shank, and then hook right back through the body. Got a 1/16 ounce weight on here, and that's going to keep it light to keep me out of the grass off the bottom. Should keep a lot of action on this worm too. Sometimes if you go too heavy, it just gets rid of the action, but with a light weight, you can get a lot of snaking action from your worm. All right, here we go. First cast of the trip. This feels like a really nice day for some fish to be biting too. It's sunny, but we got some clouds in the sky, so not too bad. So what I want to do with this thing is just let it sink to the bottom and then let that weight give it its action as I bump the rod tip along, and it's going to make that worm just dart in the water like that. Should be irresistible for these fish. Oh, that's a good spot right there. There's so much grass in this hole, I could just really take my time fishing through here and I should get a bite eventually. Lots of places for bass to hide in here. Try to hit that corner of the grass right there. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I'm getting a bite, but oh man, I got hammered right there, but he felt small. Sometimes a bass will feel like a really small fish. It just depends on how they're feeding. But there's a good chance it could be a little bluegill too. Oh, did you guys see that? That was a... Oh, look at all those minnows jumping. Y'all probably can't see it, but I know y'all saw that fish hit, and there's minnows jumping everywhere. Oh, got a fish. Oh man, why? Come on. Oh, I was distracted by that other fish, man. So he must have not had my, he must have not had the worm all the way in his mouth. That's all right. That's not really our fault. They are feeding for sure. We got to get back in the water. I know we can get one of these. They are feeding like crazy. What's actually going on is these are all schooling bass. So they're all going to be fish about 12 inches and less, which ain't, you know, very big, but it's big enough to eat. And they're all just like young bass that are schooling with each other. And I guess what they do is they just work with each other to catch food. I really do feel like that was a bass bite though. He just felt like he had some weight to him. I don't really think he ever had the hook in his mouth. So when I set the hook, I think it just snatched the worm off the hook and he probably ended up just eating it. Man, we might have to switch colors. Got a few bites, which I'm fine with, but they just not really seem to be eating it when they do bite it. I really feel like with how many fish I'm seeing hit the top of the water that I should be getting more bites than what I have. I think we're gonna switch it out and try something different. Here we go. I've had a lot of luck in this pond on these. So this is a Zoom speed worm, watermelon seed colored, and that little tail right there will vibrate as it goes down to the bottom, and the fish absolutely love this. We're gonna hook it up the exact same way, just like this. All right, let's try this. We should be able to catch one on this. I had a fish. Oh man, that's the third bite that they just did not get the hook in their mouth. Man, he was just swimming with it there. Did not get the hook in his mouth again. It's weird. It's like they're just picking it up with the edge of their mouths or something. I don't know. I want one to just choke it one time so we can get him in the kayak. That makes me feel good though. I've only been fishing with this thing for about 5 minutes and we already had our first bite. Whew. That sounded like a big fish. Man, they're hitting everywhere. I just can't get one to bite. Well, I can get them to bite. I just can't get them to bite hard. 3 bites and no fish yet. All right, let's try it out over here. We got some clouds overhead now, so it's getting a little darker. Starting to get later into the afternoon too, so the fish should be really, really on. I'm seeing them bite everywhere too, so I know that we should be able to get a good solid bite here soon. Do you guys hear those owls? They're excited. Oh. Ah. Let's go. Get over here. Do not come off. Woo! Finally, dude. Man, he hit it hard, I'd say. You know what's funny? It seems like in every video, it's like as I'm mentioning something, we get a bite. Like there, I was mentioning that owl, but look at that little guy. He's plenty big enough to eat too. Oh man, I'm so happy about that. I was really worried we might not actually get one too, so that is awesome though. This is what we keep hearing. It's just bass about this size that just get together and they'll school, and you'll actually see like the minnows just running on top of the water, jumping, just running for their lives to try to get away from these guys because they are hungry little jokers. So what we're gonna do here is actually take our paddle here and break it down in half. And with one swift knock to the head, this guy will be put to sleep so he doesn't have to suffer. And for now, we'll just put him under our seat here. It's plenty shade right now and it's not too hot, so I'm not really worried about him going bad at all. All right, let's get back in there and get fish number 2. Uh-oh. Immediately. Oh, there we go. Oh, all that struggling we did just to get 2 in a row. Wow. I was messing with my GoPro as well. Awesome, dude. Well, this is where all the fish were, apparently. He absolutely choked it, and that's a bigger one, too. He's not huge, obviously, but, man, I'll take fish like that all day. That's just a fun fight. He's long. He's probably 12, 13 inches long. Awesome, dude. Thanks for the fight. Oh, man, he choked it. Got it. All right, dude. Let's give you a good release. Back to where you come from. Go out there and eat you a bunch of minnows. Cool. Well, we went from kind of struggling to 2 fish in a row there. That's awesome. I just knew that I should be able to catch fish with how many I'm hearing around too. So that is really, really awesome. They're doing exactly what I wanted them to do. They're hitting it on the fall and I can just pick it up, feel them on it, and give them the good old hook set. Ooh, fish just hit right there. Let's see if we can get him to bite. Oh, actually. Huh. In fact, I think that might be my fish. We gotta go check that out. Yeah, that looks like it's my fish. So because he swallowed it, he was bleeding a little bit too. I guess it just wasn't gonna make it, so it's all right. We'll keep him too. Come here, guy. All right. Yep. I don't know. It doesn't really look like that bad in there, but something happened. He isn't feeling too well, so we'll put him down real quick and keep him as well. It's nice and calm over here. Feels very, very fishy. It's definitely not the first time I've ever caught 2 fish in a row like that, but it doesn't happen often. It's I'd say it's very, very rare. So that was really, really cool. I wasn't even expecting it. I made the cast and then was messing with my GoPro, trying to make sure my lens was cleaned, and wow, got a bite there. Whoa, 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 whoa. My line's popping. Yep. Oh, why? What is that, like the 4th time that's happened today? Oh, man. Huh, imagine that. My worm's gone. Man, these little sneaky guys. They're thieves in here, they're thieves. It might be little bluegills, I don't know. Maybe I need to come back in here with like a beetle spin or something. It is absolutely peaceful out here right now though. There's Not a single sound other than nature. It's really, really nice. This pond is fairly secluded. It's about a 45-minute drive from my house here, and it's way, way back off a dirt road. And there's definitely people that come back here, but not many people come to this little pond here that's separated from the main lake. I'm all alone out here, and it's very peaceful. Whoa! Did y'all see that? I hope y'all saw that on camera. That bird flew like 8 feet from me. I don't know what it was. All right, it's getting pretty late, so I think it's time to go explore this peninsula, whatever you want to call it, like a land bridge. I guess it's not technically a peninsula, but don't really know what to call it, but all I know is it's really, really awesome. So let's go explore it and find somewhere to cook our bass. And here it is. Now you can see the sheer size of this lake. This is actually one of the biggest lakes in the county, believe it or not. And you would never believe it just seeing where we were, but coming out here and then just looking at the size of this lake, you see how absolutely massive it is. Pond we fish is there, and then land all the way to the main lake. One day we're gonna go in that main lake. I really want to do some catfishing in there eventually, because it is full of what we call butter cats. And they're like little catfish that are just so tasty. For now, let's find a spot to cook up our bass. We definitely got plenty of land to work with right here. This is awesome. It looks like some deer have been coming out here on this land too. That's crazy. Even the deer love to explore places like this. It's just very unique, so it's funny to see. All right, well, I'm only gonna clean one for now. I'll save the other one for when I get home, and I will eat him at the house. But we're gonna do it real simple, just like we always do. Cut right behind that fin, all the way till you feel bone. Turn your knife and let that bone guide your knife all the way to the back of his tail there. Flip it, and now use the skin to separate the flesh. Just like that. And just to make this boneless and a little more safer, we're going to cut those ribs right out of there. So now there is not a bone in this fillet, and it is ready to cook as soon as we wash it off. All right, that sun is starting to set fairly quickly, so we're going to go ahead and cook this guy up. And we're going to do it very, very simple and a little different than what I've been doing in my videos. All we're going to use today is just butter and some Zatarain's blackening season, and that's it. All right, let's get those bass fillets in here. Spread that butter around. Don't drop our pot. Just like that. We're gonna lay these guys in there and put some of the Zatarain's blackened seasoning on there. I don't like to go too heavy because I'm not a big spice fan, and this stuff can definitely get pretty spicy. Stuff's looking good. Time to give it a flip. All right. Well, it is absolutely beautiful out here right now. The sky behind me is just bright pink, and I know the camera probably doesn't capture it well, but it is gorgeous. I wanted to cook this fish a little different this time. I wanted to go real basic because I've had a lot of comments on my videos saying, you know, I didn't know you could eat bass, or I didn't know people did eat bass. And the way I explain it, it's a very bland fish by itself, so it's going to soak up any seasoning you put on it very, very well. And I would compare it a lot to like crappie or bluegill, to be honest. It's just a white meat, not much flavor unless you put stuff on it. And when you do, it soaks it up well and it's really, really good. So let's give it a taste test. Just butter, Zatarans on a largemouth bass. There's nothing wrong with that. That is just good. It's just good. It's still hot too. Brought me out a Mountain Dew too for a special treat. That's good. If you've never tried bass before but you go fishing for them often, I'd recommend trying it just once. The first thing I would do is just fry them up, just like you fry any other fish, because they're going to turn out great either way that way. But if you do like, you know, the flavor of fish, this is a good way to go too. This is not fishy at all. It's just soaks up the flavor of the seasoning very well, and the butter just flavors it really well, and it's just good. Last bite. Well, as you can see, the sun is already behind the trees, so that's going to do it for this video. Be sure to go check out all the other videos on the channel and subscribe so that you're notified when I post other ones. Come back for more. Thanks for watching.